And then again, I mean, this kind of comes back onto the relationship piece for me. Is a lot of the time when businesses, um, when we hire staff, when we take people on, when you're taking on people for the first time, maybe you've got a massive business, maybe like the NHS, and it's just like a shit ton of people you got working for you, thousands. You know, you could be on anywhere within that spectrum, and it's very easy to fall into that world of, you know, we've got an administrative assistant, we need to hire an administrative assistant, so let's look at their CV and go through these different bits, and you bring that person in, you train them to a degree, you do an induction, and boom, off you go. You got this fully fledged person working within your business and other bits and pieces. And it's that mentality that I'm paying you a salary, so I can turn a blind eye. I pay you a wage. I expect you to perform and do a job. And if you don't, then I'm either going to crack down on you because you're going to be one of those people and get you out, even though I've done nothing to help and support you. Maybe you're going to be over the edge on the other side, which is I'll do lots of support to the extent that I think is support, and then carry on whilst you're not performing and you're actually reducing the standards within your team and for the business ultimately. Or I create something else and I stick you into it so you're less impactful, both negatively and positively, but I keep paying you a wage because I don't like doing the confrontation, right? That's another one that comes up quite a lot. But what we tend to do as employers and as managers is we go into that process focusing on what they're giving us. Yeah. So we're going into these relationships, and it's very much one way traffic. What are you doing for me? What do I get from this? When are you doing this performance? When is this project coming out? When are you gonna? You know, it's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about the business. It's all about the managers. It's all about us and what the staff can give to us. And very, infrequently are we coming forward and thinking about what can we give extra to them. And I get it again. You know, this could be one of those controversial moments again where I'm saying like, you know, what more can you give to them? What more can I give to them? Do you not think I give enough? But yeah, you need to think outside the box of what else you can give people. So I always do this, right? If you said there are five important things that will drive a person to want to come and work for you, and you take money off that list, because that's the obvious one. We all get that, right? Money drives everything. There's another four things that are driving that person to come and work for you. That's why I pay you a salary mentality doesn't work, because you're focusing on one of the five. There's four other things that you're not focusing on. So 90% of the basis of that relationship is forgotten about. So what else can you do? What else can you bring to the table that's going to help and inspire that person to not only stay with you, but to achieve those high standards, the high performance? What more can I give back to you? It's the kind of what I can give you versus what you can give me. And sometimes we need to focus more on what I can give you than what they can give back, so that you can try and inspire that relationship. Now, there is a caveat to that. And that caveat is that this isn't about you constantly always giving and not actually receiving. It's both ways. So if you're getting to a place, and this comes down to the measurement of performance and the measurement of productivity, but at the end of the day, if you are only giving and you're not getting anything back, this just sounds wrong. But if that is the scenario in the relationship that you are in, then that's a toxic relationship and it's not working. So there's a problem there too. So it's a two-way street, and that's the point of this. It's a focus of, don't just think giving money is sufficient enough. It's not. You've got to think more than that. Environment, location, any other bonus or benefits that you can provide. And by the way, no, don't go on about the fact that you give annual leave and, you know, it's a statutory requirement. Don't put that down as a benefit. Please don't put down that you give them a pension, because again, that's something else that realistically, when they've hit a set criteria, you have to give them anyway as well. What is outside of the box? And by the way, these things don't always have to cost money. So if you think about these things costing money, they don't always have to cost money. But you have to think outside that box about what else you can give to support staff. Here's another great one, by the way. Career pathways. For smaller businesses that are out there, this sounds really difficult and complex, because how can I do that? Because we're small. Where else can you go? But here's the point. If I'm a person coming and working for you, I may actually have higher aspirations than just staying in that job. I remember when I worked in local authority at the beginning of my career, and I went in there, and apologies for anyone who works there if you're watching this video back. It's not an indictment on anyone. But I went in and worked there, and one of the first things I did, wet behind the ears, is, how long have you been here? What have you been doing? They'd been there for 20 years by that point in time. And I look around and I think to myself, I don't want to be in the same job, in the same thing in 20 years' time. I've literally progressed nowhere in that scenario. I've gone nowhere. In fact, staying still is going backwards because the world overtakes you, right? I don't want to do that. Well, what kind of life cycle is that at the end of the day? So you get the same thing when you're bringing people into your business. Where is the trajectory of where I'm going to go? This comes on to other things around like your values and your vision of where you're going. But hi everyone, thank you so much for watching the video that you're tuning into right now. It means the world to me that you're watching that video. But I want to just take a small snippet of your time, the smallest amount of your time, just to tell you about this amazing offer that we have on board for all of you right now in your businesses. Everything that we're doing, everything that we're talking about is predicated on how we can help you to maximize the potential of your business, the potential of your people in your business, and your teams that your people belong to. Right now, if you head over to the website that's in the background there in our new studio, which is inquiry.cavilhr.co.uk. That's inquiry.cavilhr.co.uk. You can pick up a free employment contract with your staff. This is monumental. It enables you to be able to make changes, customize the contracts to your liking, for your staff, for your business, but also to ensure that you're remaining legally compliant. Head on over now, pick up your free contracts, register your details. Let's get back to the video. Where can I go? Building out a career pathway of what you're hoping to achieve. You're not guaranteeing it. You're not saying, absolutely. Do you know what, Mike? We're going to have this role over here that will be developed pretty soon. You may have the opportunity of going into that role. I just want to know that there's some forethought, that there is actual potential opportunities of progression, and that I could do something. If I want to be able to set high standards and I want to achieve for my own self and my own career, I can see that there's a pathway I can go through in your business. And that's important to me. And that's something that's important to a lot of people. Unless you're coming to the end of your kind of working process, and you're just like, I don't care. People are looking to aspire and to grow. And if you're keeping people stagnated, you're actually shrinking your business as well as their skill sets. You need to inspire growth. And that's another kind of benefit that you can go down. And by the way, that costs zero. Costs zero to do that process, right? And it makes a massive difference to people. And it shows that you actually do have an aspiration as a business. There is actually a vision of where you're going because you've already planned out these other bits and pieces. It helps you to upsell. So these are really important things. So think about, what can I bring to the table? What can I do for my people in my teams? How can I inspire and grow the relationships? How can I increase the standards within my team and for my people? And what does great look like within my teams? What is it I'm actually looking to try and achieve? If I don't have an idea, by the way, don't set a target that's achievable. You need to overshoot that, because otherwise the target's too low. It's too easy. So you need to grow. You need to expand. You need to get outside your comfort zone. But that's what you're looking to do by setting the kind of performance levels of great and those standards really high. Then you are looking to shoot for the stars. That's what you're trying to do, and bring the people with you along on that journey. And when they do, everybody benefits. So get a picture, an image of what does that look like at the end of the day.